Blessings and welcome to the Ascension Alchemists podcast. This is your host, Reverend HoniB, and today is my solo episode. And today's conversation is around post-Thanksgiving. I am trusting all of you are super well and you had a great Thanksgiving wherever you were, whatever you did with your family or without your family, maybe with friends, maybe you volunteered wherever you were. And as a community here, we're really heart-centered. We pour our heart into wherever we are as an Ascension Alchemist community. It's all about God Almighty. It's about really attuning to that presence on the inside, that mighty essence, that glorious love for God Almighty that is in us, breathing through us, and to live through it, to allow that magnificence to live through our day so we can bring it in our embodiment into our activities. And this week for sure was a week of being put into test as the families gather, all the shopping, all the labor of love behind the scene. And I'm curious to know how many of you, like me, you start several days before all the different grocery stores, and you sometimes wish you had all the groceries you wanted in one store, yet it is not. So you have to go to like 5 or 6 different stores, and it's fun at the same time. And prepare, get the things ready, and the labor that it takes. It is truly a labor of love, I have to admit. And getting all of that ready for the day of Thanksgiving when your family comes and it seems like they eat so quickly, so fast, and everything's done after days and days and days and days and preparing. This actually used to bother me. Maybe it bothered some of you. Yet over time I've come to realize the family is just so excited to be there. They're so happy and they just want to talk. They want to unload. They want to share. At least that's how it is in mine. So everybody's talking over everybody. And it's so special because there's this joy and excitement that we get to be together. Let me share this. I have all this to share and the other one has so much to share and everybody's talking over everybody. And Michael and I have come to this place of pure acceptance because all different beliefs, political views, religion, everything is welcome. In our house, it is welcome. We don't suppress anybody. We don't depress anyone. And because, whoever has whatever opinion, that's their opinion. They are entitled to have their opinion. Sometimes we don't necessarily want to get into anything, but we just let people be, and it's really, really a sweet space of being embodied in our truth, so that way we're not bothered by somebody else that's speaking their truth. And this Thanksgiving was really, really precious for us because both Michael and I had our mothers with us, and I had my sons. My brother visited us. He surprised us coming in, and my former spouse is always with us as well. And this year, my oldest son, cooked a special dish. We really shared really heartful, just deep conversations with each other amongst the chaos. Got a chance to also play some games, which is always a blessing. And as I sat there, I really felt the depth of God's blessing over us. It's like the favor that we can sit together. We can be in acceptance for each other. We can show up in our best, and we can play together. And from there, take more time, then go to my aunt and uncle's cousin's house to hang out with all of them, play even more. So dedicate the whole day to praise and thanksgiving, family, yet allowing this this love of God Almighty to really shine out through our heart and come into our family. And it was really sweet. I had one of my cousin came up to me and said, you know, honey, sometimes it's really hard for me to be around you. I said, why? She said, because you're really loving, you're really kind, and you don't judge me, and that really bothers me. I said, okay, so why does this bother you? She said, because I feel all this yuckiness inside of me. Like I told you before, when I'm around you, I love seeing you. I'm so happy, yet I face all these yuckiness in me, especially when you're with Michael, both of you, then it's like I meet all of this negativity in me. Yet I know your love is great. You're not doing anything. I said, well, I appreciate that. I'm glad you recognize it. And it was really sweet when she said, I know this is part of my journey because I know the love is so strong between us, and I'm just having my own battle. And I don't know about you all, you know, sometimes maybe you've been with your family, you notice your family, some of them are distancing themselves from you. The more loving, the more kind you are. And you could never understand why you're doing nothing other than being loving, kind. Why they're acting this way? Have you ever noticed that? It's interesting, right? And easily we can personalize that. And I certainly had personalized that before. And the more I came to God Almighty, the more I'm anchored deep inside myself and my truth, I came to realize that it really doesn't have anything to do with me, especially if I know I'm showing up in my fullness of love, care, compassion, understanding, space. I'm really showing up at them. If something is bothering them on the inside, and it's okay, as long as I'm compassionate, understanding, non-judgmental, that's the most important thing. And this is part of that maturity. This is part of that embodied walk, is a walk of mastery. And it has layers and layers in it. I'm curious to know if you have been able to experience that and not be hurt anymore, yet be able to be more in an understanding place. Like I've been experiencing more of that. So it was really sweet. We got a chance to play, hug, and enjoy that. And I went to bed. And middle of the night, I heard this musical symphony coming from my left ear, inside my head, inside my body. And I said to Michael, I said, Michael, can you hear it? Can you hear the music? He said, what music? I said, you can't hear the orchestra. He said, no, honey, I can't. And it was this most exquisite orchestra of this beautiful sound. I said, Michael, it's like as if the door above has opened. It's like a door of heaven is open, and I can hear the music. It's like shimmering. It's so beautiful. And I attempted to sound it out, and I couldn't. And I could experience on the inside this music with the shimmering of it, golden shimmering of it was nourishing, tickling inside my body, and how nurturing it was. And I went to bed just feeling so filled from this shimmering, joyous presence. And I could tell this is the return of God Almighty's joy in my heart. It's not my human. It definitely isn't. It's like the heavenly joy is being more anchored inside my heart, and part of it has to do was this space of being able to be family and really pure acceptance. Pure acceptance is so interesting because it's sometimes so hard to purely accept family members. Yet here's the opportunity. When we can, there's something remarkable happens. It's almost like as if we open this greater door to us where we're experiencing this greater joy flowing in. And it's not a reward, yet it seems as if we're being rewarded. However, on the inside, I'm touching this gracious blessings inside of me that I'm accessing because I was lighthearted. I wonder if any of you have experienced that, and if you have, please do leave comment for me. Let me know. I would love to know about it. There have been several times in my life where I suddenly hear these celestial music, and it's just so remarkable. And there's a part of me that wishes I could really sing it out or sound it out. I attempted the night before, however, it didn't quite come out that way. And my heart was filled with praise and thanksgiving. Because it was Thanksgiving, for so many years, I used to judge this day. I used to be so angry about this day. I used to associate it with pain and suffering and why people would do that. And really, I would have to say, really judgmental. And I moved out of that by increasing my conscious awareness and putting it more on this time, the joy, the beauty of being able to actually spend it in family and how valuable it is. There is something about our wiser age coming in where we are seeing life through a different lens. And it is non-judgmental, which feels so much better. Deeper understanding, deeper awareness. So we had a full weekend of family. My mom came back, spend the night. Michael's mom came back, spend the night, and we've just been hanging out and experiencing this exchange of information, communication, stories, jokes, and how precious it is to be able to just have this time before our family members get, if they decline in cognition, and to have this space where we can actually have a connection. It is truly a privilege, something that I'm not taking for granted. And this Thanksgiving, I give thanks and praise to God Almighty that really gifted this level of appreciation inside of me. So my heart feels very lifted. I actually feel on the inside as if I went on a vacation. Yet I didn't, certainly. The hours of preparing everything, meals, days after days, was quite a bit. However, my heart feels really nourished. And isn't it funny? When we put our attention on things that nourish our heart, even physically we do a lot of labor, it doesn't bother us. However, when we put our attention on things we don't want to do, how much that negatively impacts our body. It's quite an awareness. So I am curious to know, what has been your takeaway from your Thanksgiving? Were you able to really remain in gratitude? Were you triggered? Were you calm? Were you centered? Were you able to have really deep, meaningful connection, communication with your loved ones? How was it actually? Truly, how was it for you? And what did you walk away with? I walked away with deeper desire to spend more time with family. So I messaged my cousins and I said, I love this so much. I want to prioritize being able to spend more family time. So that was a big one for me. And even my brother said we need to spend more time together because he travels between LA and Miami and here, less here in Washington, D.C. area. And what does it really mean to have praise and thanksgiving? Is it dependent on the outside to experience it? Or is it to really sit in praise and thanksgiving each day with God Almighty and really receive so we can experience it on the outside? I found myself to really sit and receiving from God Almighty, and for it shining out on the outside, which I'm really, really thankful. So this is a shorter episode today, giving praise and thanksgiving. They're the things that I want to really express, that I'm giving praise and thanksgiving today. I did my Sunday service on praise and thanksgiving. This 8 weeks private woman, it's the Almighty Woman of God that I am teaching. I'm showing them the specific frequency of God Almighty for them to move into. It's been extraordinary, remarkable to witness these women, to make these micro adjustments inside of them and be able to experience the change on the inside. Like, wow, wow, wow. And yesterday's 3-hour experience of introducing the 3 keys is just extraordinary. So it's like, what is it about people that they take on this step and they truly give themselves that gift and what happens in their life? And then there are those who don't take that chance. It's like almost like as if they want that praise and thanksgiving, but they don't really take that chance. And I want to put this reminder out to take the chance and experience extraordinary, because extraordinary also exists right here, right now. We have to be attuned to it to experience it, because it exists. It really exists for us. And I give so much thanks to all of you as today ends the podcast training. We are officially finished today. Michael and I are professional podcasters, and we're just about to reach our 600 downloads. So thank you for being part of this community. And so much more we are going to be sharing here with you. And as always, we are inviting you to please join our private ministry association, our Ascension Alchemy Private Ministry Association, because in there we have incredible, grounded, embodied meditation from the I Am, the presence, to really ground it in the way it was shown to me. And also a different kind of meditation, daily messages, where there's a community that you can really lean on. And it's just not me talking, there are other people in it. That information is on our website, ascensionalchemist.com. And you go under association, right there, you click it, and you can join us. So that way you can allow more of this inside and experience what awaits you. It's always interesting. What we're looking for is awaiting us. Without taking the action, we won't experience it. And I look forward in having you take part in that. And I'm honored to walk with you. So I give praise and thanksgiving for being you. Thank you for existing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for aligning with God Almighty. Thank you for embodying. Thank you for being part of this community. God bless you. And happy month of December. Make it the best. Love you all so much. Bye-bye.